Okay, so thank you very much for coming and agreeing to see me. It's been nice to see you. I've been watching your channel for an awful long time, many years now.
Absolutely.
So it's great to finally hold on. Well, I like the power that you have. Like,
It's called 20 baht.
oh, okay. Okay.
By the way, everyone, we just had to turn the music down everywhere over here, so I had to run around to 3 bars and tell them to turn the music down. Luckily, it's early enough that they're acceptable. Otherwise, they'd tell us to step off.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for that. So I've got some questions I've been wanting to ask you for a long time.
Okay.
So one of the things I wanted to know is...
Do I need a lawyer?
no, I don't think you need...
Just checking. All right.
Yeah. Unless I had something on at the end.
Just saying.
Yeah, but at the moment, the questions that I have, I don't think you need a lawyer.
Okay.
So, when did you first actually come to Kamala?
Well, I came to Thailand July the 1st, 2015. So my first vacation to Kamala was probably a month after that. So probably August. Yeah, around August 2015.
Wow, it's been a really long time.
7 years almost.
Yes, it has. And I'm trying to watch some of your older ones, the things that I remember and things that are coming back to me now. So that's been interesting to actually watch some of the older content.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to learn something about the area as well. So that brings me to the next question: is why Kamala? Why are you here in Kamala?
Well, when I was back in America, there was only a few videos you could look up on YouTube to really see Thailand, unless it was about bar girls and Pattaya and Bangla Road. All the videos back then were just sexy girls working at bars on the streets. And I found one video of a guy, Sonny, and he lived in Phuket, and he was making these funny videos with his wife, and he lived here. So I started watching him for the humor, but also he was going around and showing different little parts of Phuket. And so that's how I first learned about Kamala. So when I came to Thailand, I contacted him on Facebook and I said, hey, is it cool if I come down? Is it cool if and when I come down, we say hello? And that's how I found Kamala, because he lived here.
I listened to a YouTuber, and the reason, so I come from like Carter Beach area, and the reason that I'm there is because of this YouTuber, because they're based there. So you tend to go to play for people that you know. And
constantly.
Yeah. And I regularly, I'm virtually there every day.
Do they own a coffee shop?
They do.
They own a coffee shop. I know who you are. We haven't met, but I know who you are.
Yeah, so I'm basically always there, apart from Monday, because they're closed on Mondays. Yeah, and that's why I'm there, because of them, and I'm not that very far away from there. I literally it's walking distance to their coffee shop.
Well, when you see something, whether it's in school or history or anything in life, you see it on TV. I mean, when you go to that country, you gravitate to what you've seen. You don't go to the unknown.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and that's what you did. Yeah.
The other question is, why are you still in Kamala? So you've been in Kamala for quite a number of times. I think other people might have possibly moved around, gone to a different area. I know you've gone to Bangkok before.
But, okay, so I've been to Chiang Mai, I've been to Bangkok, I've been to Surin, not the beach. I've been to Surin, I've been to Isaan, I've been to Sakonnakhon. I've been around, and I've seen a lot of places. The quick simple answer why I'm still here is I've built a family here, and I'm pretty much lazy. It's like, I've set my roots here. I have a beautiful friendship with almost everyone in this little town. This is a very small little community. I know them, they know me. I have a beautiful beach. prices here can be more expensive, but once you live here long enough, you know who to ask to get like better rental prices, or well, I don't have to rent a bike or something like that anymore, but you learn. But I still live here because number one thing is my roots are here, and I know everyone here, and I feel like it's a big family. I feel like they're my family.
That's fair enough. I mean, when I first came here, I was in a hotel for a couple of weeks, and that was in Patong, and it was just it was lovely. I actually stayed in the Holiday Inn resort.
That's a nice place,
and it's absolutely beautiful. And that's sort of like unfortunate because that sets the level.
But that's not like that's like 5-star level.
Yeah. And everyone wine to and everything. The food is just fantastic. Everyone was great, but the area I didn't like so much, and it's very, very pricey. Like to go out for a meal, it can be very expensive. To get a drink, it can be quite expensive.
Sure.
So, and it was far too busy, and you get fed up with sort of like people like coming to the restaurant, coming for a massage, and it was just too busy for me. So I wanted to go to a quieter place, and I plan on going to like the Carter Beach area because of the coffee shop, which, just in case you don't know already, I'm sure you do, it's a Maybell's Coffee Garden. So it was great that I managed to find a place there, and it is quite expensive. I think in that area, I think it's a little bit expensive compared to here. So I thought, maybe Kamala is actually cheaper, or maybe the distance. I don't know, because you've got sort of like Carter Beach is one end, and you've got Kamala at the other end, and you've got Patong in the middle. So maybe it's about the same. I don't know.
Now, I've never stayed there enough to know. I don't know. I know Kata is notorious for a Russian community in their holidays. They love Kata. Here we have, in COVID we have a lot of Russian, but mostly, and before COVID, it's mostly Chinese here. So not sure if that is a difference in pricing. I have no idea. I can't elaborate about Kata because I've never lived there.
And when you say this beautiful beach, I mean, okay, I haven't seen much of Thailand yet. But in Phuket, I just fall in love with Carter Beach. Whenever I see it, I just fall in love with it. It's just like, I feel like I died and gone to heaven because it's just so beautiful. It's so picturesque. And now I haven't had a chance to see Kamala yet. And I tried to go down there early on, but it was pouring down the rain, the wind, the storm, and everything. So I'm going to have to choose another day when it's much nicer weather, because I'd be interested to know like what the difference is in the two. I think I've seen from other channels that to me it looks a lot smaller than Carter Beach, but I don't know.
I think it is small. Yeah, I do think it is smaller than Kata. Yeah, I've seen Kata twice, but I didn't stay long enough to actually be able to learn it. But yeah I think Kata's bigger.
Yeah. Okay, so since you've been here for such a long time, where in Thailand would you think is the best place to stay, to live?
That depends on your economic standing. If you have all the money, anywhere you want to. If you are living on the tightest budget in the world, Isaan. But you're going to need to learn how to speak Thai, at least enough to get along. So if you don't have enough money to stay at the Hilton, then
or Holiday.
I mean Holiday. I'm sorry, Holiday. Yeah, we have a Hilton here. Sorry, but Isaan is the cheapest. Pattaya is cheap, but Pattaya is dirty. It's crazy. It's fun. It's Las Vegas on steroids.
But isn't it like Patong? So that's another area that.
No.
Oh, is it not?
Patong has Bangla Road, and Bangla Road is like all of Pattaya on one road.
Oh.
But Patong is way more expensive. way, 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 way more expensive than Pattaya. Bangkok is cheaper than Phuket. Phuket, Phuket is the highest, most expensive place you can stay in Thailand.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And then it would be Bangkok, and then it gets cheaper in Pattaya, and then it gets cheaper as you go to Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, and Isaan is the cheapest. So, for your question, there is not a right answer for it. Depends on your budget or what you want. You want the quiet family life? You want to build a pond or farm? You go to Isaan or Chiang Rai. If you want to live like a tourist, you can go to Chiang Mai. You can go to easy Bangkok, because there's a McDonald's everywhere.
See, I don't like Bangkok. It's too polluted. It's too noisy.
It is polluted.
So I don't like the track. It's all right for 2 days. I can go to MBK, enjoy myself in the shopping mall, because I just love shopping malls, and it's fantastic. Any more than 2 days is a bit too much for me.
I would agree with you if I wasn't a city. I love big cities, but I don't like the pollution. You're absolutely right. The pollution there is, I really hope eventually, like Thailand says they're going to do, is implement electric vehicles, because they need it in Bangkok really, really bad. The best thing in Bangkok is the BTS and the MRT, the trains. But but to answer the question, it depends on your budget and it depends on your lifestyle. If you want the rock and roll lifestyle, Pattaya and Patong. If you want farm, you go up north, or Chiang Mai area, it's still up north, but it's to the west. And if you want tropical paradise, it's Phuket. All of Phuket. I haven't added Hua Hin.
Yeah.
Hua Hin, it's 50-50. I've had 50% of people say they love it, it's wonderful, and the other 50% said there's nothing to see there, so I can't give a good answer on that.
See, that's my next stop.
Well, so, you can tell them that.
Yeah, my plan was to spend like 3 months there, 3 months there, 3 months there, to find a place to actually locate and live. And without spending too much time in Hua Hin, I think I come to the conclusion that is probably likely to be my base. I think it has. It has got a lot. It's got a beach. It's not as nice as Carter Beach. I realise that. It can be a bit rocky, especially with the Hilton. It's a bit rocky in that area. But it has 2 shopping centres, well, at least 2 shopping centres. You've got outdoor markets, so it has actually got quite a lot. And I want to live near the Blue Pool or something like that. The shopping area, hopefully within walking distance, and to have a nice beach view, because that's what I love about Carter Beach. Is the beach is fantastic. So, and it's cheaper there as well. So I think the cost of living should be better there. I've still got my beach there. I've got the shopping centres, which is probably easier to get to than it is here, because it's a taxi cab away, and you're there and back. It can eat into your funds. So I think it will be ideal there, but I'll yet to find out later on when I actually move there. So I've actually booked a place, Airbnb, for a short period of time, so I get to know the different areas, so I can actually find somewhere to live a little bit more permanent, and then make the final decision.
Sure.
Going to Isaan. Now, my in-laws come from Isaan, and I can't live there. It's my mother-in-law gave said, oh yeah, they got a McDonald's there now, they got a KFC in the town, they got this, they got. And when they went there, nothing had changed. So it's been over 2 years, literally nothing has changed, apart from a few shops might have closed down, other ones have expanded, but it's just. And the most beautiful area where we were It's got like a running track. It's got a lake. It's got exercise equipment. When I went there, the last time I went there was absolutely beautiful, very picturesque. And the machines are just broken down. People are not running around the running track because it's just all overgrown, and it's just such a shame. So in fact, the most nicest part of that town is just overgrown and not used anymore.
Yeah, okay.
So Isaan, I can't. It's I hate to say, but it's too boring for me.
Mm-hmm.
I need some kind of life, you know. If I'm gonna move and live somewhere, I need something that's not like Patong, and definitely not like Pattaya, but I need something that's a lot more calmer,
Sure.
Affordable, where I can live and retire to Thailand.
Yeah, I completely understand. Absolutely.
Yes, but I was going to ask you about phone. Is it
Oh, phone?
phone?
Phone. It's like telephone. Phone.
Oh, phone.
And it goes up. Phone. I've called her fawn.
Oh, you
Because-
have, haven't you?
Well, yeah, like the deer fawn. It's F-O-N, fawn.
Okay.
And I've been corrected many times, but she's always let me call her fawn. And she never corrected me. She said, "You're my friend. You can call me whatever you want to." But the pronunciation is fawn. Phone.
I think, yeah, you said that.
Which means rain.
Okay. So, what's your relationship? I'm a little bit confused because I think I saw a video that says date night or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's always date night because well, she was the first woman that I ever met in Thailand. I went to recruit to be an English teacher, and she worked for the company that recruited teachers. So I had found them while I was still in the States, and when I got over here, I made an appointment to meet her and her partner, her boss, Bom, and that's how I met Fawn and Bom. Bom ended up letting me stay at their home for 6 months in Bangkok before I moved to Kamala. So in the 6 months I was in Bangkok, I was living close to the office of the teaching school recruiters. We just go every day and talk to Fawn and Bom and learn some of the language, learn the culture. They taught me a lot. And that was the foundation of Fawn and myself's relationship. Now people think, because we always say it's date night with Fawn, they think we're in love. But I guess we're in love just as friends. There is no romance. There is no romance. You guys always say there's romance, so maybe you guys see something that me and her don't.
Okay.
But
maybe because you get on so well together.
We've never crossed that line. It's always just been. She's what we would call high-so. She likes the rich lifestyle, even though she doesn't have the money, like to be a rich lifestyle. She doesn't have a car. She doesn't have a motorbike. She takes a taxi everywhere, but she dresses with the sweater around her neck, even though it's Thailand and it's flip hot. You know, she's wearing all these clothes. She likes to get pampered at spas if she can afford it and stuff like that. But so when I take her out, when I go to Bangkok, which is probably 4 times a year.
Not often.
Not often.
Okay.
I always take her to some place she's never been, that's out of budget, because it's going to be that one time in 4 months that we get to do something like that. But that's our relationship. That's who Fawn is.
Okay. Yeah, because I think I saw, was it the Hilton that you was at, and you was going to treat it to the
Millennium,
the buffet, and then they cut down the menu virtually down to
because that
nothing.
girl can eat. So the next there's 2 places. Okay, we've went to Bayok Tower, which if you guys have never been to Bayok Tower, it's an older building. It's the tallest hotel in Bangkok, but they have 3 floors of buffets.
Oh. 3? I didn't know that. I knew there was a restaurant on top, but I didn't realize there's 3 floors.
It might be 2 floors now, but all the food you could ever want to eat. And this girl,
she's been saving it up all that time because you don't come that often.
Well, she can eat. She'll tell you she can eat. But in a nutshell, that's the relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good. And her English is fantastic.
Now, when I first met her 7 years ago, she was very shy and she was not excited to speak a lot of English. Now I've coached her for a long time, but she also, being a teacher placement, that's all she meets is people that speak English, even with whatever accent.
Yeah.
If you're from England, Australia, Russia, American, whatever. She's learned all these years. She's picked it up over time. She's picked up English very well. Yeah.
What is the nightlife like in Kamala?
The nightlife here, unlike Patong and Bangalore Road. Bangalore Road and Patong is discos, bars, dancing, crazy, untik.
Yeah.
Here, we have Cafe Del Mar, which sometimes on the weekends has a big party. But other than that, it's just going to be small, personal, family-owned type bars. Still fun. Still can play pool. It's more intimate here at the nightlife. You get to know, there's only going to be probably 2 or 3 personnel at each bar. Girls, whether they work there or they're just hanging out playing pool. It's more intimate, but there's still a nightlife. You're going to find your friends that sometimes want to have a birthday party, and it's going to be a wild night with just about 20 people. You don't need to have 200 people you don't need to have 200 people sitting at a disco, like, don't you.
Yeah.
But that's the nightlife here is what I would say. I'm 54. For me, is perfect. If I want some loud music, I know where to go here and find it. If I want to play pool, I know where to go and find it. If I want a quiet evening just hanging out with a few friends, I know where to find it.
And so obviously in Patong it's all in one area.
Well, Bangalore Road, that part of the nightlife, absolutely. But Patong is more spread out. They have their small bars too.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
And what about Kamala? Is it, because I don't know the layout because it's the first time that I've
We
come
have 2
here.
stoplights. Does that sum it up for you?
So is it all in one area or there's
It's all in
scattered?
one.
Oh.
So you have the beach side of the main road and the east side. The east side, there's nothing going on over there except housing, pretty much. The west side is where all the bars and everything are, and it's all within walking distance. You could walk the whole area in 30 minutes at a brisk pace. There's some off little corner places that you wouldn't see, but it's small.
And so I don't know where we are in comparison to anything else.
We're in the smack dab center. Oh, shout out to Big Boy's Burger. We're sitting at Big Boy's Burger, which is right in the middle of Kamala. So.
Oh, okay. And Nana's, what's it called?
Nana's Rooftop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, where is that in comparison to here?
If we walked right now, it would take us like 3 minutes.
You said it's a small place.
It is so small. Okay, so you and I, on the main road is where the taxi dropped you off and I met you, right?
Yeah.
If we walked from where the taxi dropped you off, it would be 90 seconds walk.
Oh.
Seconds.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If we walked from here, it'd be 3-4 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay. So everything is close by.
If we walk to the beach right now, 5 minutes max.
Wow. And the beach, I think they've got some little bars at the beach.
Oh yeah.
have they?
Yeah. Mainly restaurant / beach. There's not a lot of just only bars. It's restaurant / bars. Yeah.
Is that because of the changes? Because
No.
it's not.
It's just because if you're on the beach, you want to have a restaurant / bar / hotel.
Because of the COVID times, a lot of the bars weren't allowed to open, unless of course there were a restaurant. So
Right.
they changed over, didn't they, to have the license?
Not
for
on the
restaurant?
beach. Not on
Oh,
the
not
beach.
on the
No,
beach.
the beach has always been restaurants.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, the little ones around here, some of them adapted to selling food to get that permission to open.
Because it had little choice, really.
They had no choice.
Yeah, because otherwise you'd be out of a job.
Which most of all the bars were out of a job for, what was it, 6 months anyway. Surprised, I mean, a lot of them didn't make it. Some did, but yeah.
And what time is the nightlife open to, or is probably or officially or unofficially, or?
Oh, well, bars open here at 3 p.m., generally speaking. There's a few that open earlier. And right now the curfew is still midnight.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Midnight.
midnight. Just saying, for now.
So I know one of the other YouTubers, they would ask, sort of like at the end, you know, about what question do you think is important that I should have asked you?
A good question to always ask is, can you afford to live here? And the second question that a lot of people, and we didn't get into, and I don't have time to get into it right now, is about dating over here.
Yeah, that's a really big subject.
Yeah,
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
So many people, let's say you came over here with money, but then you found someone to date, and then all of a sudden you don't have a date or money, and then you go back home. That's it in a nutshell. Or the opposite, come over here, find a good girl, live happily ever after, move to the boondocks, build a farm, and life is wonderful.
Do you know what the last video that I watched was? You sitting at a bar with this guy, and he's just met this girl from Isaan that's just come over to get some money to send back home. And I think I think you said that there was two kinds of girls. I don't know if you remember that video. It might have been going back quite a while. You said that. That's strange. I haven't heard that one before.
I haven't heard that story. Now, it's not the buffalo anymore. It used to be that the buffalo's sick and they have to send money home. And now it's the truck broke down, so you have to send money back home. But you have to send money home either way. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of guys refuse to think that they're going to have to pay to be in a relationship because it's so blatantly obvious over here, whereas in other countries you still pay to be in a relationship. It's just not like a contract. And over here it's not a contract either. I don't want to say it like that. So back to your question, is what should you have asked that you didn't, would be more about, can I afford to live over here? Can I afford to live with a partner over here? Which would be going into dating or getting married. Should you get married? Should you build her a house? Should you buy life insurance? Just give her the life insurance when something happens to you? There's a whole mess of questions there that people could and should ask. And I've delved into that on my private channel. I don't talk a lot about that on YouTube because it could offend people that are innocent. It depends. I like to be more specific, and I'm on my private channel. I get more personal questions one-on-one, and I answer them one-on-one. YouTube is so big that I could be telling you it's the worst move you're ever going to make in your entire life, and the guy next to you is the best move you're ever going to make in your entire life.
And it all depends on the person that you meet and the trust, the relationship, and if things were to go wrong, like things could change, because you're not allowed to own land in Thailand. So you can go and buy land in your wife's name or partner's name. You can build a house, which I've done. I've bought land, I've built a house, but then I've got no entitlement to that, really. I'm retired now in Thailand. This is going to be my home, and I now just need to find the best place for me to live and live out the rest of my life in Thailand.
And the other thing about Thailand is you don't have to settle in one spot. You can choose to live somewhere for 5 years. Pack up. To buy a truck to move everything is a lot cheaper than you think, and move it all to another place. Stay there for 3-5 years. Pick it all up. I mean, Thailand is so flexible.
And the rental is not that expensive in comparison to, let's say, the UK or America.
No.
So you could literally rent out houses in different parts and just move around. It's not worth it for me actually to buy a house, because
No.
I'm never gonna get like the money back. Yeah, I can pass it on, but for me, it's actually cheaper to rent out than
Yeah, I
it is.
don't recommend people to buy. It's only if they're buying it for their spouse or a family member. That's fine. If you want to spend your money on someone else, it's fine. But it's never going to be yours.
Yeah.
If something happens to you, you can't leave it to your children unless your children are Thai.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No.
Okay, so that's it.
All right.
Thank you very much
Not a problem at all. Enjoyed it.
for your time. Yeah, but I really appreciate it, and thank you very much.
No worries at all. Have a good day.
Cheers.
See you later. Take
Thank
care,
you.
man. See ya.
Cheers. Thank you.